Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Harakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Many blessings and salutations unto the hopeful elect, the house of David, the Bayaf, the Wadah, for whom these epistles are written for in these last days. Shalom to the elect. I just want to do this lesson. I was just so many things in the news, y'all. Listen, the panic. The panic right now is real. You can definitely cut it with a butter knife. And what I'm saying, with so many things going on, as you already know, brothers already did video. I haven't even got a chance to get around to that video about the BRICS nations, all right, going into the gold standard, all right, which is war. Guys, do y'all understand how war works in America, or how this system looks at individualism? They shun it, right? Just look at the political system set up here in Babylon the Great, right? You have the red and the blue. There's no in between, right? You have to pick a side, right? And that's where they stand. There ain't no individualism, and that's what they're trying to stamp out. That's what they did with Gaddafi. That's what they did with Saddam Hussein and many other leaders before them, right? All the way back to Hitler, or even before then. All right, so this is how America gets down. This is the get down of America. So when their enemy reaches for the gold standard, that's when they get ready to start those the drums of war beating, right? And that's what we're waiting on. We're waiting on Israel, all right, to go ahead and just drop the mask and go ahead and attack Iran, okay, and convince America to join them. That's what we're waiting on, so we can get the hell out of here. Because the name of the game is to get the hell out of here, man, right? So Babylon is on his last legs, as always. But this lesson is not going into that. This is going into the beast system. Right now that's being set up over there in Gaza. What nobody's talking about, which is going to come to everybody, entire world. See, every war, everything that Esau does, those are Edomites over there, by the way. Those are Israelis, those are Edomites. Those are Amalekites, right? 1948ers, okay? So the Amalekites are over there, you know what I'm saying, bombing those Gazians or those Arabs, okay, to hell and back, right? And they have no regard for their life at all. Children be damned, okay? They don't care. But believe me when I tell you that same energy is going to come back on Babylon the Great, and over there with them Amalekites too. Them Amalekites going to get the same bombardment that they're giving the Gazans, right? Because the Russians are going to come over there and they're going to be a protection unto those Gazans, right? Which that goes into Ezekiel 38. All right, so let's go into the article. It says beast system. All right, this is from Natural News. It says beast system. It says Israel, all right, to hire U.S.-based biometric firm to screen Palestinians in Gaza. I wonder how they're going to screen them. Y'all notice this was the same thing that was going over in Ukraine, right? All of a sudden, biometrics firms just start popping up everywhere. Sort of like after when America invaded Afghanistan and Iraq. All of a sudden, you saw private equity firms just pop up all over the fucking Middle East. All of a sudden, right? Led by Dick Cheney's Carlyle Group. Okay. All you saw was a private equity chains popping up every damn where, and it's no damn different here. Esau's a goddamn sick fuck. He's a sick bastard. He will shed the blood for the land. He don't care, which is against the scriptures, and the Lord's going to destroy his ass for it too, along with many other things. All right, it says a new Uber for war zones scheme was unveiled by Israel this week to start screening Holocaust-style every Palestinian in the Gaza Strip, according to wow, that's crazy. It says, according to reports, Israel plans to hire a private U.S.-based logistics and security suite to develop a gated community in Gaza where all Palestinians will be subject to biometric screenings in order to qualify to receive aid. Y'all think this ain't coming to America? Huh? Isn't those Amalekites the number one ally to America currently? I mean, this is just truth. But we're met with a total angst and conjecture, right? We're told that we're wrong because we are dare enough. We dare to tell you that this place is not going to be forever, but it's fine. You can believe what you choose to want to believe. Whatever the Spirit of the Lord put on you, that's what you're going to go with. That's fine. But the elect is going to go with the spirit of truth and sincerity, right? It says, Israel's war cabinet discussed the proposal over the weekend with plans to approve a pilot program within the next 2 months. Global delivery company GDC, a company run by Israeli-American businessman Mordecai Kahana, is currently in talks with Israel to run biometric screening program. For a while, Israel has been contemplating the creation of so-called humanitarian bubbles in northern Gaza. It says, including in and around the Jabalia refugee camp, which for the past 3 weeks has been under total siege. Israel, the Amalekites, is not allowing The Amalekites is not allowing any food, clean water, or medical supplies to enter Jabalia, which is creating a humanitarian crisis. Back in January, the International Court of Justice, the ICJ, issued an interim ruling that Israel, the Amalekites, must take immediate measures to ensure that the Palestinians living in Gaza receive basic services and humanitarian assistance. In response, the Amalekite has come up with biometrics screening scheme as a prerequisite for receiving aid. So they're gonna try to chip everybody, huh? Oh, I thought this was crazy, y'all. Where's Bubble-Eyed Blackfish at? Where he at? I ain't heard from him in a long time. I remember he used to make jokes about this, right? He used to put chips on his hands and say, hey, look, hey, GMS, look, right? This is back then when I was a prospect, but I remember watching those videos, and I used to be infuriated. How dare you? Now, the nigga can't be found. And he ain't the only one. There's others out there that shunned the music to this song, right? Knowing the lyrics, but could not get the beat. Now them niggas in the world. Okay, contemplating when they're gonna eat again. Hey man, this place is about to be destroyed and the chip is being pushed. This is going over in Gaza right now, y'all. I'm not BSing you. Let's get the scriptures. This is a word for beast right here, right? In the blue letter. They're going all in on this, right?
Strong's G 2342. Serian.
It says an animal, a wild beast, a beast. All right, a metaphor. Now, this is a metaphor for somebody that is actually in rulership right now in the earth. Now, we understand when you go into Daniel, it breaks it down from the 4 kingdoms that will rule the entire earth. All right, as far as period times, they're going to be important towards our as far as prophecy going forward, right? If that makes sense to you, right? So those 4 kingdoms were broken down in Daniel as the Babylonian kingdom, all right, the Neo-Babylonian kingdom, all right, which was taken over by the Persian Median empire, right, in which that kingdom was taken over by the Greeks. And that was our first foray into you so-called white people coming into power. It was under the Greeks. That's why we call this the Greco-Roman Empire, because you were both sets of people, all right, different tribes with the same people, right? So now that we're in this Greco-Roman Empire, where you're doing the same shit you did back then, guess what you're doing now? Same old stuff, right? This is a metaphor, a brutal, bestial man, savage, ferocious. He's very bestial. This guy doesn't care anything about you, him. He don't even care about himself. This is Revelation 13 and 12. And he exercises all the power of the first beast before him. What is the first beast? The first beast is the Roman Empire. all right, the Western Roman Empire, all right, which is the fourth kingdom in Daniel 2 and 42, I believe, right? It says, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, which is the Western Roman Empire, whose deadly wound was healed. Now, how was it healed? It was healed during the Renaissance period. All of you that have been to middle school, high school, all right, you somewhat, if you got to high school, you learned about the Renaissance, okay? Anybody who, unless you dropped out of the 7th grade, everybody learned about the Renaissance, right? They brought in literature, art, okay? There was something called iconoclasm, right? That's what the devil did. He came and reshaped all of the world in his image. That's iconoclasm, right? When he came into power. Right, Revelation 13 and 13, it says, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire to come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. Yeah, both Kosovo, all right? Him coming together as NATO, showing the entire world his power, right? These devils understand that their time is short, and they understand that they must move with some urgency, because if they don't move with some urgency, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is going to be here before they know it. They know this because they see those chariots out there. They know what's going on. But then they try to call them drones, but they know what time it is, right? This is verse 14. It says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth, all right, by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, right? So those miracles, as he's going to show, all right, all the power, how he could destroy whole countries, all right, just from millions of miles away or thousands of miles away, right? He could tell you what you ate for breakfast that morning, okay? Right? He's in your garbage can, digging through your trash, right? Hey, if you really want to understand how much power Esau really has, go watch this movie called Enemy of the State back in 1998. 1998, y'all. Some of y'all who are right now in the truth wasn't even born in 1998, right? 2000 babies, right? Esau had a movie back in 1998 called Enemy of the State, starring Will Smith, right? And Gene Hackman, talking about this very same subject. How they could go in and they literally showed him from thousands of miles away at a satellite what he was doing, how he was reading, who he was with. And y'all think Esau ain't got no, man, look, that technology has since then got improvement, obviously. It says, and he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of miracles which he had the power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, right? Which had the wound by a sword and did live. And that sword was the so-called Dark Ages, all right, the so-called Byzantine Empire, which means backwards, which that's Esau historians making fun of the Jake being in power, right? Jake was in power for 1,100 years, right? Approximately 1,100 years, ruling the known earth at the time, right? Once that prophecy was fulfilled, the next prophecy, which is right here, which had the wound by a sword and did live. That wound was by Jake going in, taking over the Western Roman Empire, okay, and the known world at that time. That was that wound that was given, that was dealt to the first beast, right? Which is the Western Roman Empire. But the Western Roman Empire came back into power through what? The Renaissance, right? Through the Renaissance. That's how the so-called white man gained a foothold and power back in the earth again, and influence where we find ourselves today. It was through the Western Roman Empire being healed through America coming into power 248 years ago, right? It says, and really longer than that, 248 years ago is when America was formed. But before that, America was, colonies, right? But we were enslaved in those colonies. Anyway, it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Now, they're saying this in this article right here, that they're looking to, in order for you to get aid, we're going to biometrically have to make sure that you're on the up and up. Y'all know what that means, okay? Y'all know what that means. And to pretend and act like that you don't know what that means, that this means you're a damn demon, right? It says, back in January, the international, I already read that. GDC has been profiting from war for 14 years. It was Kahana himself who came up with the phrase Uber for war zones to describe his for-profit business. This guy's making a business off of killing people. That's insane. It says in business for the past 14 years, during which it operated in and profited from 5 wars, including Afghanistan, Iraq, Gaza, Syria, and Ukraine. All notable ones, right? It says personnel working for our security subcontractor are trained and equipped for non-lethal and lethal methods of crowd control. Reads a GDC press release from this week. They are trained to use deadly force only as a last resort if their lives are in danger. That sounds like stand your ground. That's America. That's how you know that America is in power right now, right? Because they can use Florida laws in fucking Afghanistan. That's how you know this so-called white man is in power. Huh? Because the so-called white man will argue up and down and say, well, no, it's everybody, it's humanity. But nigga, this nigga got Florida laws in goddamn Afghanistan. Somewhere right now, George Zimmerman is laughing. Anyway, it says one of the GDC's former top officials, Stuart Settlewitz, is also, which he's clearly an Amalekite. It says is also a former U.S. government official who was charged with a hate crime after he abused a street food vendor, right? While Settlewitz no longer works for the GDC, Kahana says he is still open with working with this guy. Well, of course. Of course. Listen, we're not making this up. We told you what it was, and our people have readily denied it. They said, no, that's not true. You're making this up. You're using hyperbole. No, we're using the scriptures. The Bible says what it says. Now, whether you believe it or not is not of any consequence to us. Right? Matter of fact, let's just lean back on the Bible. This is Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. What's going on over there in Gaza right now, guys? I don't have to tell you. You already know. Verse 16, it says, and he causeth all, and he causeth all, and he causeth all, y'all. It says both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Listen, the Lord had this commission to be written by John the Revelator. And John is telling us in explicit terms, basically, they're going to put something inside of you. You don't believe us? Let's get it. We always go here. It's called charagma, right?
Strong's G 5480. Charagma. Charagma.
That's right. All right, G5482. It says a stamp and imprinted mark of the mark stamped of the on the forehead on the right hand as the badge of followers of the Antichrist, in which you know that the Edomites are totally. Listen, there ain't just one, like these weirdo Christians will say. They're just one guy walking around in a fucking three-piece braided breasted suit. I'm trying to get the words out. A double three-piece breasted suit, okay, with cufflinks on, all right, with a goddamn wave cap on, talking about he's the new Antichrist. Get the fuck out of here. The Bible says there's many Antichrists. But there is a hierarchy like anything else, right? There's a hierarchy in Antichrist. Edomites happen to be the top of the food chain when it comes to Antichrist. Look at their actions. Look at their ideology, right? It's all over the fucking place. Hypocrisy reigns supreme in the Edomite community, right? It says haragma, right? It says the mark branded upon horses, thing carved, okay, sculpture, graven work. When you carve something, you're digging into it. Well, what are they going to do? They're going to dig into your skin, okay, to insert you with something that is foreign to your body, that's going to control you from the outside by someone who does not have your body. That's what we're going into. But these same goddamn Democrats and Republicans are arguing about A to the B to the O to the R to the T to the I to the O to the N to the S, okay? And women's freedom and right and all that kind of shit. Meanwhile, this type of shit is going on in the background. Well, you won't have no damn no autonomy over your body, as they say. We got to get the hell out of here, okay? That's just straight to the point, y'all. We got to get the hell out of here. This devil's fucking sick. He's out of his fucking mind, and he ain't stopping. This is Isaiah 32:5. We're gonna call his ass out though. This is Isaiah 32:4. It says, the heart also of the rash shall understand knowledge. That's right. You're going to understand knowledge. In this time, as things are increasing, we're going to understand what knowledge truly is on the right-hand side. We're going to understand, all right, where this society is absolutely wrong and where the kingdom fixes it and takes it to the right position, right? It says, the heart also of the rash shall understand knowledge, and the tongue of the stammerer shall be ready to speak plainly. And those are the prophets, man. The men, women, and children of the elect are going to be able to understand this word, and they're not going to be offended at prophecy. Straight to the point, right? Verse 5, the vile person, this is what they're going to understand truly. They're going to understand that this guy is not for us and has never been. Right? The vile person in Isaiah 32:5, the vile person shall no more be called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful. For the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy, and to utter error against the Lord Yahweh, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. That's right. So this devil has no plans of trying to keep you in a system where you're going to get justice, all right, for what has happened to you as a people. That's not his goal or his aim. His aim is to eliminate you. And this goes back to the Genesis 25. Once Isaac had died, who was Jacob's and Esau's father, Esau made a proclamation that he would kill Jacob. And that's where we are right now. You want to know why there's these Edomites out here blowing Jakes away, okay? With no gun on them? You want to know why Jake is out here catching complete hell? Can't pay his bills? Esau's increasing the pressure? You want to know why? This is because the Bible prescribed that Esau would be a total asshole at the end of his world. He's not going to be nice about it, as well he shouldn't, because he's going out of power. And once he goes out of power, he's going right into chains. Make no mistake about it, Mr. So-called white man, woman, and child. Y'all can hear this message. If you are an Edomite, and I say if, because not all of you are Edomites, just like not all so-called black people are Jake or Israelites, right? But if you're an Edomite, if you hear my voice, you are going into slavery. And we ain't mincing our words. We're not changing it up to make you feel better. No, you're going into slavery. You've done too much. You've done absolutely too much. You have to atone for your sins, okay? Which you can't sin because you're not of the Lord's people. But you will atone because you use the Bible as something of a thing to convince people that you are actually the moral person, and we call bullshit on that. This is Isaiah 32:6. It says, "The vile person shall speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy, and to utter error against the Lord Yahweh, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. The instruments also of the churl are evil, He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when needy speaketh right. That's right. And they don't care. They never cared. Their thing was, hey, there's an end to it. There's a goal at mine, right? There's an end to the means. Okay. He doesn't care how he gets there. He just want to get there. Psalms 10:2, it says, the wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in devices that they have imagined. They have imagined having us chipped up and taken into slavery perpetually forever. But no, it's going to be the inverse of that. It's like the reverse of that. We're going to be the ones with the last laugh. It's not the first laugh I'm seeking, it's the last one. So these people know that their time is ticking and they got to try to move fast. So that's why they passing all these janky ass bills and shit, right? Psalms 10:3, it says, for the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire. Who's the wicked? Go to Malachi 1:3, the border of wickedness. All right. It says, for the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire and blesseth the covetous whom the Lord Yahweh abhorreth. The wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all of his enemies, he puffeth at them. That's right. He don't care. He thinks he's got it. I got nukes. Well, hell, everybody else do too, Esau. That's what you're truly afraid of. Well, let me heighten that fear for you, Esau. You're going to be destroyed by the same weaponry that you helped create. If you want to know how you're going to go out, how your empire is going to go out, it's going to be via intercontinental ballistic missiles. So I can slow it down so you understand clearly. There ain't no mincing. You're going to go out via intercontinental ballistic missiles. Psalms 10:5. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. Right? He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved. That's what he said. That's what he's saying now. I'm proud to be an American. Yeah. All these proud ass songs that they're telling the whole ethos. They're telling all the rest of the world we can't be fucked with. That's what the mindset of the Edomite, the American Edomite says, I can't be fucked with. I'm an American. I can't be fucked with. Nobody can fuck with me. Well, guess what the Lord had to say? Fuck around and find out, right? Psalms 10:7, it says, his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. Let's go back to 6. It says, he has said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. That is a proud statement, right? From a creation. Creation said this to the creator, I shall not be in adversity. You know how insane that is? You imagine when you were growing up, little boys, right? I'm speaking as a boy. Growing up, me coming a man, we had action figures, right? Girls had Barbie dolls or whatever. I don't know. Maybe y'all had action figures too, but you know, action figures. I remember that was a whole debate back then. But anyway, so the action figures, right? You know, could you imagine little G.I. Joe popping off at the mouth, telling you, no. Now, see, listen, last week we was playing this way. I felt more comfortable that way. So you gonna do it like we did. And you looking at it like, what the fuck? Right, listen, you're a toy. You are a toy. I am a boy. I'm real. You are not. That's how insane that is. Esau, who's the toy, telling the creator what he's gonna do and what he ain't gonna do. That's crazy. Anyway, it says Psalms 10:7, his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. And listen, the biggest scammer on planet Earth is Esau Edom by millions of miles, right? He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set on the poor. And this is what he's doing right now over in Gaza. He's getting ready to chip everybody who's still alive. But these people act like they're doing the world a favor. We're dealing with complete psychopaths, y'all. We're dealing with a psychopath full of a race full of psychopaths. You have to be a complete sicko to justify what they're doing right now over there. While that ain't got nothing to do with us, but still what they're doing is some sick shit. And their justification for it is even sicker. A race full of psychopaths. And the Lord is going to have to show them what a true psychopath really looks like up close and personal. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem Al Shai, Ba'Shem Al Kadash. Shalom to the elect.